this video, I'm going to talk about uploading outcomes into your Canvas site so that you can use those outcomes to build rubrics throughout the course of the semester. I'm going to start off in my dashboard because I'm going to need to go to the outcomes page in Canvas. I'm going to click on the course in which I am uploading these outcomes, which is my Classical Connections course. This is the Master course. I have two courses, my first and second period, cross-listed into this course. And so I'm just going to go ahead and upload the outcomes into this course because it's going to be the place where I'm going to make these rubrics. On my right-hand side column here, I want to go down to outcomes. You'll see rubrics there. That is where you can build rubrics for different assignments throughout the semester, but I don't want to start there because I want to upload the outcomes that are going to be assessed through the rubrics. So when I click on outcomes, it'll take me to my outcomes page. You can see I already have a set of outcomes there. When you click on these, this is the overall skill, and these are kind of the individual skills. So you can see there that I have like the rubrics already set up, and it has exactly what each type is. It also shows what mastery would be. So to master this one, you would get 4 points. I'm using the most recent score to calculate the mastery. And then you also have some information down here that we'll go over here in just a second. For example, I'm using the latest score for this, which means that the student's latest score is going to be their mastery score, the most recent graded assignment or quiz. So for example here, they got a 1, a 4, a 2, and a 3. The 3 is the most recent one, and so that's going to be their mastery score. Now, I'm going to delete this so that you can see what it would look like for me to upload a new rubric. This is what that file looks like that I'm going to upload into my Canvas site. This vendor guide here allows me to know which number I'm working for. My group is the different rubric groups. So for example, you can see this is my knowledge and thinking rubric. So those are all the skills related to knowledge and thinking, research, and argumentation. I then have the outcomes that go along with that grouping. I've numbered them 1 through 6. And then you can see the outcome here. That ends it. My next group continues that numbering, and then these are the textual analysis. Along the top here, I have the title of whatever the group or outcome is, description. I can change the display name if I want it to be something different than what the actual title is. The calculation method is only going to be for your outcomes. Now, again, I had said latest for mine because I want the most recent score to be a reflection of their mastery. However, you can change this to decaying, or you can change it to average. I just chose latest, and then you can see the instructions for that in Canvas. The parent guide is important here because that tells the outcome which group it belongs to. So that since I have a 1 in my vendor guide, I'm going to put a 1 in my parent guide, and that's going to inform that. If I go down to my next grouping, this is number 7, and so the parent guide will be 7. I want to set my workflow status to active because these are all active outcomes that I'm going to be using throughout the course of the semester. The next row is the number of points that each outcome will be worth. I'm starting with 4 because I have 4 different levels. Now, when I put in my rubric here, you can see I started with 4 and I go all the way down to 1. I do use 1.5 and half scores, which you can do also. You can set those ratings to be whatever you want it to be. After I have my rubric set up, I'm ready to go ahead and download it. When I'm downloading my rubric, I need to download it as a CSV file, comma-separated values, because that's going to be what Canvas reads. So once I've downloaded that, it'll show up down at the bottom. You also will have that available to you in your downloads. When I come back to my outcomes, I'm going to import by dragging and dropping the file, or I could also click on that image and it'll take me to my downloads. And I can upload it from there. I'm just going to drag and drop because that's the easiest thing. After I dragged and dropped, it's going to upload all of those different groupings, and they'll show up as different folders in your Canvas site. I can then go to the different groupings, and I can see the different rubrics for those particular skills. So now that I've created my outcomes, I can go into my rubric and I can add a rubric. So for example, my first project here is Shark Tank Civilizations. And so from then I can go here and find the different outcomes that I want to build my rubric with. And I can import them in there looking at for each rubric how those are going to be.